The NASCAR Whelen Euro Series will continue its travels around Europe and for the first time ever will head to Most in the Czech Republic on the 29th and 30th of June. With 4 races over the course of the weekend, there'll be plenty for the fans and the drivers to get excited about. The NASCAR Grand Prix of the Czech Republic also marks the halfway point of the 2019 season. Close racing and pure racing are guaranteed. But when the checkered flag falls, who will claim the win? Welcome along to Autodrome Most in the Czech Republic, our first visit to Eastern Europe for the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. Beautiful skies over the course of this weekend, blistering heat as the fans get to meet the stars and the drivers get to soak up the atmosphere. 2 divisions, 4 races per weekend. Elite 1 for the pro drivers. Stinis Longin has taken over the championship lead, and the young and the amateur drivers are in Elite 2. Giorgio Maggi leads the way. It's a 4.21 kilometre or 2.62 mile course, 21 corners to try and master. In yesterday's race, despite having to replace the engine, the Hendricks Motorsport team brought the number 50 of Giorgio Maggi to victory lane, his second career win in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. Again, today's race will be held over 14 laps around this 4.2 kilometre course. As ever, the grid for race 2 of the weekend is made up from the fastest laps of yesterday's race. So Giorgio Maggi once more sits there on pole position. And joining him on the front row of the grid will be Lasse Sorensen. It's Andre Castro and local star from the Czech Republic, Martin Dubek, on row number 2 with Justin Kuntz and Advait Dioda on row number 3. So buckle up, everybody. We're about to go green for the final time for the Elite 2 division. Round 8 of the championship is off here at Autodrome Most. It's a good start from Lasse Sorensen, but making the drag up towards turn 1. Giorgio Maggi is matching him for pace. Who's braver on the brakes? Inside line for Maggi at turn number 1. Outside line, however, for turn number 2. Contact further back. Advait Dioda, third in the championship, tipped into a spin facing the wrong way. He's going to have to wait for all of the field to go through, and then there's further contact. Justin Kuntz gets into the back of our onboard camera car, and that is Andre Castro, who is in the gravel and out of the race. Now, for the moment, that is being covered by localised yellow flags. Sorensen has taken the lead. Maggi in second place. Well, Lasse Sorensen has already won 3 races so far this season, and this is only his 6th race of the year. He's been on the podium in all of them. Michael Bleekemolen under pressure from Ben Kriener. The 16-year-old Scotsman dives up the inside of the 69-year-old. So the oldest driver in the field against the youngest driver in the field. And Sorensen under attack from Giorgio Maggi as they head up towards turn number 20. Almost getting the overlap there was the Swiss driver, but the Dane had it all under control. Nose to tail for the lead of the race. Lasse Sorensen looking to try and grab victory number 4 of the season if he can. Giorgio Maggi looking to try and make it the double if he can at all. Martin Dubek just briefly raising the dust there. He's got his sleeves rolled up and is having a great little squabble with the number 11 of Vittorio Garelli, racing for PK Carsport this weekend. Up towards the brake area for turn number 1. Martin Dubek all out of shape. He's going to have to dive through the gravel trap as he locked the front brakes. So Martin Dubek losing places. Through goes the number 77 car of Freddie Hemberg, the Scandinavian, gaining a place. And Martin Dubek, it's all just started to go wrong for him at this stage. Also problems there for Ben Kriener, who lost the tail end of the car and somehow managed to get it pointing back in a straight line again, gathered it up and might lose a couple of places here. Through goes Michael Bleekemolen. And Pierluigi Veronesi, who's come from 19th on the grid, was almost trying to slot his way through. So just the 1 place lost there for the 16-year-old Scot as they work their way up towards turn number 10. Ben Kriener looking for the inside line. Michael Bleekemolen is going to come across. There's contact between the pair of them. Bleekemolen gets spun around. Pierluigi Veronesi makes contact with Michael Bleekemolen as he was stranded in the centre of the circuit. And I think that all played very much into the hands of Nave Talor and Advait Dioda, who, after his spin at turn number 1, is working his way up through the order. Here is our race leader, Lasse Sorensen, still continuing to lead at the wheel of the Dexwek DF1 Chevrolet Camaro. There's traffic just up the road, though. Eric Clermont needs to stay out of the way here. His Racing Engineering Ford gets out of harm's way. Lasse Sorensen passes it. Giorgio Maggi equally as much carves his way through the traffic and has got a good run this time, heading up towards turn number 20. Is there anything Giorgio Maggi can do about the Dane that is potentially on for win number 4 of the season? Through they go, turn number 20. Lasse Sorensen still leading. Giorgio Maggi sliding the car around in second position, but as they come out of the final corner, up towards the start-finish line, Lasse Sorensen is still hanging on to the lead. Giorgio Maggi is not going to make it and will come through and finish in second place, with Vittorio Gorelli in third, ahead of Nicholas Risitano, Myatt Snyder and Freddie Hemberg, your top 6. So for Lasse Sorensen, 6 races into the championship season for him, and he's won 4 of them so far. He also already moves to 5th place in the all-time winners list in the Elite 2 division. What a season it is turning into for the 6'4", very, very likeable Dane as he grabs his 4th victory of the season. Giorgio Maggi still the championship leader, ahead of Vittorio Gorelli and Avvite Diodar, but now up into 4th is Lasse Sorensen. He also claimed top honours in the Rookie Trophy for those in their first season. The Legend Trophy went the way of Ian-Eric Varden for the 3rd time, and Ariana Casale won the Lady Trophy. Well, it's not just all of the pure racing that the fans enjoy as the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series continues its travels around Europe. But on our first visit to Eastern Europe, they have seen something very, very different and have thoroughly enjoyed the experience. We managed to catch up with Avor Davis, CEO here at Autodrome Most.
We try to find any new possibilities and something what is new, what is funny and what is great for our fans, motor fans. And NASCAR European Series is really great, and we think that that's what Czech fans, motor fans would like to see here on our circuit. And that is the goal of us, what we do at this time.
Well, in yesterday's Elite 1 race, Loris Hazeman looked assured of the win, but it wasn't to be with the blown engine, and Nicola Rocca came through to grab the victory, his 4th career win in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. 17 more laps for the drivers to get used to today. It was hot yesterday, it's even hotter today. And remember, the grid is set from the fastest lap times of the Saturday race. So Nicola Rocca lines up his number 24 PK Car Sport Chevy on pole position, and alongside him on the front row of the grid is Loris Hazemans, the man who was surely destined for that win yesterday. So buckle up for the final time this weekend here at Autodrome Most, our first visit to the Czech Republic. We go green in the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. A good start from Nicola Rocca as they head up towards turn number 1. Gianmarco Ercoli, who started 3rd on the grid behind the pole sitter, looking to try and thread his way through, but as they head in towards the braking area for turn number 1 and turn number 2, we're almost 3 wide further back. Lock brakes from Gianmarco Ercoli. He just manages to avoid contact as they then head their way round through turn number 2. It's all getting very tight further back, and as contact further back, Alan Day is in the gravel trap, and I think Jacques Villeneuve's got involved. Sebastian Bleeky-Molen also got caught out. Damage to Jacques Villeneuve's car, and maybe a little bit of damage to the tail end of Alan Day's. Now remember, he is the reigning champion. He's a back-to-back champion. He's the double champion, and he had problems yesterday as well, so his championship aspirations have taken a dint. Running very wide, Alexander Graf all through the gravel trap there, heading out of turn number 13. Gathers it up, kept his foot absolutely planted on the accelerator, but is losing places now. And Alan Day, yeah, clearly has got a problem. He is out of the race as we go on board with Nicola Rocca. Up towards turn number 20 goes Nicola Rocca. The car just pushing wide there and all through the gravel trap. So Nicola Rocca heads through the gravel trap. That loses him the lead of the race. Through goes Loris Hazemans to take up the lead of the race. And Nicola Rocca has now got the unenviable task of trying to catch the very rapid Dutchman if he wants to try and make it a double victory this weekend. But Hazemans will want his 2nd career victory. Side by side, Martin Dubec and Luca Lasserre make a little bit of contact heading up towards turn number 20. The double champion, the Frenchman, through and ahead of the Czech driver who's got plenty of support this weekend, and the pair of them now are holding each other up and are getting caught by the car behind, which is Romain Iniesta looking to try and thread his way up through the order. Luca Lasserre all through the gravel, he makes the mistake. Martin Dubec goes through. Romain Iniesta at the wheel of the Racing Engineering number 88 Ford gains a place as well. pure racing here at Autodrome Most as we go on board with Romain Iniesta. Mistake from Martin Dubec ahead, he locks the brakes, so it looks as though the 39-year-old Frenchman gains another place here and may well be on for his best result of the season. We go on board with Stinis Longin, who's now caught his teammate Nicola Rocca, who seems to be struggling now. So Stinis Longin into second place. He finished second yesterday, Stinis Longin. He's already had 5 second places so far this year. Could he make it 6? Problems for Nicola Rocca in the background. Again, locking a brake. There's problems with that car for sure. And look, Romain Iniesta now takes 3rd place away. And Martin Dubec is looking to try and follow him through as well. There's not a great deal that the Italian can do about it here. His number 24 Chevy is struggling. Martin Dubec side by side has the inside line for turn number 17, and also Tomo Ferrando and the number 36 of Ulysse Delso goes through, and Salvador Tinio Arroyo at the wheel of the number 70 is trying to make it stick as well. In towards the braking area for the chicane. Big lock brakes, and that's local star Martin Dubec, who anchored up the front tyres. He has been struggling on the brakes for a lap or so, but that was a big lock-up for Martin Dubec, who loses a handful of places as a result of that. And it certainly looks as though out front, all is going to come good today for Loris Hasemans. Huge disappointment for him yesterday with the engine having expired, but a dominant victory here today at Autodrome Most. He comes through to claim the win, his 2nd of his career. Stinis Longin, the championship leader, in 2nd place for the 6th time this season. And Romain Iniesta, for the 1st time this year, will head towards the podium here at Autodrome Most. But the top step of the podium is reserved for that man. Loris Hasemans claims the win.
Yeah, it's the best way to come back from a comeback, especially after what happened yesterday. 3 laps to go, and especially how this season started. I think we've always been there in the front. Some mistakes on myself, sometimes we just got it wrong, but it's finally so good to be back on P1.
So big smiles all around for the final podium of the weekend for the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. The champagne flies. The championship lead goes the way of Stinis Longin from Nicola Rocca, his teammate, and Alan Day slips from the lead down into 3rd position. Loris Hasemans also was the winner of the Junior Trophy, with the Challenger Trophy going the way of Henry Tuamala. So that's all from Autodrome Most. In just 2 weeks' time, we'll be on the only oval circuit on the calendar, Venray in the Netherlands. Goodbye.